catcher number 5, Eli Cook. Here we are for game 3 of 3 here at Crane. This will be before everything shifts over to Purdy. We do have a score update to tell you guys about from Purdy. It was a thriller game there at Purdy. It was a 12-10 win for El Dorado Springs as they beat Purdy by a score of 12-10. The first pitch there to Eli Cook is going to be a strike there at 0-1. Hartville coming off a 12-4 win over Billings. Crane coming off a 10-0 win over Verona. Crane has switched jerseys. They are in the gold jerseys. Hartville staying in the the road grays. The battle of the high socks between Crane and Hartville. That one's going to be laced into center field for a base hit. So a leadoff single there by Eli Cook. And that will send up the batter in Rice Piper. Pitcher number 1, Rice Piper. Rice Piper, the pitcher, facing Isaiah Smith on the mound. The first pitch is going to be a ball there at 1-0. First pitch coming in at about 8:40. It's 8:44, so it's just getting pretty close to 9 p.m. here in Crane, Missouri. This is the Crane bracket of the Purdy tournament, with Hartville, Billings, Crane, and Verona. Verona losing to Crane 10-0. Billings losing to Hartville by a score of 12-4. And I'm pretty sure on the Purdy side would be Purdy, El Dorado Springs, along with Purdy, El Dorado Springs, Lamar, I believe, East Newton, as Piper draws the walk. And that will send up Brody McNeil to the plate. First baseman number 22, Brody McNeil. First and second with nobody out in the top of the first inning between Crane and Hartville. Crane currently sitting at 1-0 on the year. Hartville at 1-1, so Hartville can knock Crane back to 500. Hartville can go a game above 500, as it is a young season. 0-1 the count, nobody out. Ball gets away. This is going to move the runners there to first, second, and third. Therefore, Brody McNeil. Rice Piper is your man on the mound. He faces Isaiah Smith, who's also on the mound. Isaiah Smith, who was not on the bump last fall. So there are no pitching stats for Isaiah Smith as he comes in. That pitch is going to be a strike. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Isaiah Smith, who's been off the mound for about 600 days, I believe he last pitched the SWCL Tournament Championship game 2 years ago. Exactly a year ago, he got the win, throw into first. There's out number 1 and a run scores and makes it 1-0 Hartville. That brings up the batter in Braden Brandstetter to the plate. Shortstop number 9, Braden Brandstetter. Braden Brandstetter, the shortstop for Hartville. Nothing in 1 the count, 1 out to Braden Brandstetter. Here's the pitch. Floats it in there, and it is 1-1, so he misses. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. So Isaiah Smith, he'll get off the first game jitters of being on the mound for the first time since the fall of 2019. So back to what I was saying, he did I believe win the SWCL Tournament Championship game at College of the Ozarks back in 2019. Throw on to first. Gets him for out number 2. And that will send in the batter in Rory Kirkpatrick to the plate. Third baseman number 6, Rory Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick facing Isaiah Smith. As that first pitch is a strike at 0-1. Pirates had their first 4 games rained out. They were supposed to start on Friday with Verona and Fair Grove, and then go about 17 miles to the south and play Big 8 powerhouse in Reed Spring and Holden, which is between the Kansas City area and Warrensburg, if I am correct. So Holden just outside Warrensburg as you're going towards Kansas City. 2 balls and a strike to Rory Kirkpatrick. 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled. Strike 2 on Rory Kirkpatrick. Three and 2 the count to Rory Kirkpatrick. Here's the pitch from Smith. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So a swinging strike. We'll put a K, but the Eagles get a run on. They lead it by a score of 1-0 as we head on to the bottom of the first. Isaiah Smith, a two-sport athlete for these Crane Pirates. So far, he has looked pretty sharp today, only given up 1 run. But we are just early into the third and final game here at Crane for the Purdy tournament, and everything will shift on to Purdy. 1-0 the count to Isaiah Smith. Back from the left side, the pitch swung on, and that is going to be a foul ball. Isaiah Smith, one of those big puzzle pieces for both squads of Coach Kevin Smith and Coach Brian Harmon. It is who we had up with us during the last game in the 4th inning. So definitely come, if you guys want to, you can definitely go back and watch us interview Coach Smith, talk about his season as the Crane Pirates went all the way to the quarterfinal round, losing to Norwood by just 1 point. For Hartville, they went all the way to the state championship, and they are state champions in Class 3 in basketball. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Isaiah Smith. The first pitch to him is going to be a ball there at 3-2. Isaiah Smith, he can definitely shoot the threes in basketball. So he lines that one into left field for a base hit going oppo. He's going to stop there at first base. That will send up the batter in Chase Conrad to the plate. Second baseman, number 22, Chase Conrad. Chase Conrad, the batter for the Pirates. So Isaiah Smith starting off 1-for-1 in this game. First pitch to Conrad, a 1-ball, no strike count, so it's 1-0 to Chase Conrad. 5 minutes before 9 o'clock here on this Monday evening. Here's the pitch. Strike, says the home plate umpire. It is 2 balls and a strike. There to Chase Conrad. Check on the runner. 2 balls and a strike. Checking on Isaiah Smith. Pirates coming off a 10-0 win over Verona. They start out their season 1-0 on the year. Let's hope they can get it to 2-0. Oh, fooled him as that's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes. A little bit of a sidearm throw there from Rice Piper on the mound. Rice Piper, definitely one of those key components to Hartville's state championship run, as they once again went all the way to the state championship. 31-0 on the year. And they have beaten Greenwood twice. And a walk will be issued there to Chase Conrad. That will send up the batter in Isaac Robinson to the plate.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Catcher, number 25, Isaac Robinson. Isaac Robinson, the batter, with runners at second and first with nobody out. Pirates can load up the bases. Looks like I saw some strobe lights kind of off in about center field. Hopefully that's not a distraction to these players playing the field. As you know, it is good to have spring baseball back. Some of these players, or some of these teams, and a lot of the teams that have football lost that season. Everybody lost that season back in 2020, but for the teams that do have football, it's been 600 days since they were able to take the field. 1-0 the count to Isaac Robinson. Watches that one for a strike, and it's 1-1. So Crane can look to send Hartville back down to 500 and go to 2-0 on the year. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Isaac Robinson. The pitch. Watches that one. It's going to be strike 2. He's going to look for ball 2, but he gets strike 2 instead. Nobody out with runners at first and second. Pirates trail just by 1. Here's a check on Conrad there at first base, but he's going to be back in safely. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Isaac Robinson. Some lights on the scoreboard, it looks like they are kind of faded out just a little bit. So it looks kind of like it says a 3 instead of a 2 for the strikes. Oh, strike 3, and Robinson's down on strikes. And that will send in Zane Compton to the plate. Shortstop, number 21, Zane Compton. Zane Compton, the batter for the Pirates. Here in the bottom of the first inning of play. The pitch, sidearm throw, strikes as a home plate umpire. It is 0-1 there to Zane Compton there from Rice Piper. Rice Piper, one of many state champions from the basketball court. Swung on and foul tipped. And it's 0-2 there to Zane Compton. Pirates trail just by 1 here in the bottom of the first inning of play. That's going to be a fly ball. The center fielder has it. That's going to be an error. No, that's going to put bases loaded. So once that baseball goes into the night sky, it pretty much just disappears. Third baseman, number 13, Hayden Shepard. Hayden Shepard, the batter, after Zane Compton reached on an error. Shepard playing third base tonight for Crane. So Crane coming off a 10-0 win over Verona. Let's see if they can go to 2-0 on the young season. 1 ball, no strikes there to Hayden Shepard. They've also had their jamboree ran out over in Joplin. I believe they're going to go to, I think, Wendell Stadium, I think in Joplin, if I am correct. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Hayden Shepard. One ball, 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch, just inside, and it is 2-1. Due up for the Eagles will be Lowry, Boyer, and Parker. Grant Culver does not play. He is DH. He is playing left field. Wesley Clark out in center field. He is being DH'd and will not bat. 2-2 the count. And it's going to be now 3-2 the count on Hayden Shepard. Strike 3 says the home plate umpire, and Hayden Shepard's down on strikes. We'll send up Wyatt Howard to the plate. Right fielder, number 30, Wyatt Howard. Wyatt Howard, the batter. So look to extend the inning there to Blake Evans, but the Pirates, with a scoreless inning, they got bases loaded. The pitch to Howard is going to be a ball 1-0. So Crane could walk in a run, and they could tie this game up at 1. 1 ball, no strikes count to Wyatt Howard. 2 outs in the inning. The 1-0 swing and a miss, and it is now 1-1. One ball, one strike. The 1-1 pitch is going to be a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Hartville currently leads Crane by a score of 1-0. So far, Isaiah Smith's only given up 1 run. Here's the pitch. Ooh, that's going to be 3-1. Hartville faithful wanted that one to be a strike, and they didn't get the strike call. Nor did Bryce Piper want that pitch to be a ball as well. Score update to tell you guys about: Conway defeating Kabul by a score of 5-3. Marionville Lady Comets are undefeated as they beat Jasper by a score of 4-3. There's a tournament going on over in Exeter. We don't see this. We don't see the updates. Season opener for Sparta as they beat Seymour by a score of 16-1. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That's going to be a foul ball. Want to know the count to Wyatt Howard. Or pardon me, 1-0 our score in favor of Hartville. It's a 3-2 count to Wyatt Howard. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Check. Oh! And they get Chase Conrad there at second base, leaning just a little bit. And that is how the bottom of the first inning comes to a close. We are headed now to the top of the second inning. It's 1-0 in favor of Hartville. Hunter Lowry, the batter for the Hartville Eagles, kicking off the top half of the second inning. First pitch to him is going to be a first pitch to him will be a ball 1-0 from Isaiah Smith. Next pitch to him is going to be another ball 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. There to Isaiah Smith, or there, pardon me, from Isaiah Smith to Hunter Lowry. That's going to be a base hit, just right down the line. Hunter Lowry will be at first base. That will send in the batter in Isaac Boyer. Right field number 14, Isaac Boyer. Isaac Boyer, the batter for Hartville. Here in the top of the second inning, Hartville holds on to a 1-0 lead. The pitch will be a strike, and it is 0-1. Nothing in one, the count. Nobody out. The pitch. Tried to show a bunt, and it is 1-1. The 1-1. Now 2-1, the count to there to Isaac Boyer. He's playing right field today. Same lineup from the first game between that Hartville has out, but Rice Piper is pitching, and Brain Branstetter is playing shortstop for Hartville. Crane's lineup's changed just a little bit. Seth's still staying at third base. Wesley Clark has moved to center field. Isaiah Smith has came in to pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes account to Isaac Boyer. He's got a man on first. And a walk will be issued there to Isaac Boyer. And that will send up the batter in Justin Parker to the plate. Designated hitter number 13, Justin Parker. Justin Parker, the batter, as Crane also brought in a DH in Blake Evans. He DHs for Wesley Clark, who will not bat. That's going to be a grounder foul down the first base line. Just past 9 o'clock here on this Monday evening here in Crane. 0-1 the count there to Justin Parker. Little bunt. Ground ball. Smith bobbles the ball. And everybody's going to be safe on the bases for Hartville, as that will now send in the batter there in Eric Wilson. Center fielder number 19, Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson, the batter for Hartville. Pirates only trail just by 1 run. The pitch will be outside, 1 ball, no strikes. So whoever loses this game will play tomorrow. I believe they could play for third place, or play for maybe even 5th place. I'm not sure how the tournament lines up. Runner goes, the tag. He is out there at the plate. There as Isaac Robinson becomes the roadblock, and we keep it at a 1-0 Hartville lead here in the Top of the second inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes, account to Eric Wilson. Still a 1-0 game. The pitch from Smith strikes as the home plate umpire as he gets rung up. And that will be 2 outs here in the inning. That's going to send in the batter. They're in Eli Cook. Catcher number 5, Eli Cook. So score that K for Eric. Pardon me for so score that a K for Justin Parker, and we are at 2. And we're at 2 strikes and 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Did he single or was he walked?
Parker. I think Parker was walked.
And Boyer walked too.
Boyer was walked, and then
Lowry singled. 1 ball, 2 strikes, account to Eli Cook. The pitch upstairs, and he misses for 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two outs here in the inning. It is once again 1-0 in favor of Hartville. Swung on, and that is going to be released foul. Hartville only scoring that lone run in the top of the first inning. But Crane can answer back. They do play with fire. They've been known to do that back in last fall and the fall prior to that. In both those years, they started 0-2, and they went on to be runner-ups in the SWCL last fall, and the fall before that, they won the SWCL. They did not have a season back in 2020. Swung on and tapped foul back to the concrete facade just behind the plate here at Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium. Currently sitting here in the top of the second inning, it is 1-0 in favor of Hartville. The 3-2 pitch, swung on, and oh, nice offset steal. Steps on the bag, and that's how the top of the second inning comes to a close. We're headed on to the bottom of the second inning. It is 1-0 in favor of Hartville. Wyatt Howard, the batter for the Pirates here in the bottom half of the second inning. We're just trucking right through. Pirates coming up big on defense so far. And they brought the offensive power, but the walks were the ones to put away the Verona Wildcats in the last game that they played. They beat Verona by a score of 10-0 here in the Purdy tournament. They were supposed to play Verona back on March 19th. That was 3 days ago. The pitch swung on and missed, and it is 2 balls a strike. There, Wyatt Howard. Two balls and a strike. The pitch to Howard. Looks at it, it's going to be 2-2. There on Wyatt Howard. Swung on, and this is going to be a fly ball. The first baseman has it for out number 1. And that will send up the batter in Blake Evans to the plate. Designated hitter number 23, Blake Evans. Blake Evans, the batter for the Pirates here in the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 in favor of Hartville here in the bottom of the second inning. Let's see if the Pirates can get some base hits. So far, they have only had 1 base hit so far. Hartville has only had 2 hits, both coming off of singles. They scored their lone run on an RBI ground out by Brody McNeil, which was grounded out to the second baseman. Ball gets away, nobody on the base paths. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. Pirates are looking to get to win number 2 here on the young season of this young spring season. Oh, and it's going to hit Blake Evans. And that is going to put him on first. That will send up the batter in Seth Steele to the plate. First baseman, number 33, Seth Steele. Seth Steele, the batter for the Pirates. One out here in the inning. The pitch. Strike, says the home plate umpire. It is 0-1. There to Seth Steele. Steele has had a base hit in the last game. Very tall, very lanky. Has about that same batting stance as Ryan Braun who was a free agent who played for the Milwaukee Brewers. 0-1 the count there to Blake Evans on first. Getting fairly close to the 9:30 hour. We could have an hour limit, a 2-hour limit as the scoreboard goes dark. Steele goes down on strikes. That will send up Coy Esri to the plate. Left fielder number 24, Coy Esri. Coy Esri on the mound in the last game kept goose eggs on the scoreboard for Verona in the last game the Pirates played. The pitch to Esri will be a strike there at 0-2. 0-2 the count to Coy Esri. He'll look to extend the inning to Isaiah Smith. Pirates just clinging on to him as he now strikes out. That will send this game on to the top of the third inning. We're headed now to the top of the third. The score is 1-0 in favor of Hartville. You want defense, you come to the right place, as it's been a defensive show for this Crane team. And for the Hartville team, not a lot of offense so far. Hartville's only scored one lone run. But a quiet inning for the Crane Pirates. Both Crane and Hartville in the first inning went through 5 batters in both innings. 1-1 count. Strikes as a home plate umpire. It is 1-2. Isaiah Smith back to his rituals as he looks pretty sharp. It's his first time since he's been on a diamond, for a year and a half, as he strikes out Rice Piper for out number 1. That will send up the batter in Brody McNeil. First baseman number 22, Brody McNeil. Brody McNeil, the batter for the Hartville Eagles here in the bottom of the top of the third inning, top of the third inning. It is a 1-0 Eagle lead for Hartville. The pitch from Smith. Didn't get that one, as it looks like the strike counter is off. So I'm guessing it looks like it is 2-0 the count to Brody McNeil. The pitch swung on, and it's going to be a hit foul, looks like, towards the train tracks. Two balls, 2 strikes the count there to Brody McNeil. See if the Pirates can get a 1-2-3 inning. Those McNeil still at the plate. Shortstop number 9, Braden Brandstetter. The pitch will be a ball 1-0. Did he walk? Base hit. Single. So Brandstetter, 1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Braden Brandstetter. He's got a man on first. That is Brody McNeil after a single. The 1-1 delivery swung on and missed, and it is 1 ball, 2 strikes. So far, just cruising right along. We're in the top of the 3rd inning, almost halfway home between Crane and Hartville. The 1-2. 2-2 as it misses down and in to Braden Brandstetter. He pitched in the first game against against Billings, where it was a 12-4 win for Hartville, excuse me, as they beat Billings. Crane beating Verona by a score of 10-0 as Brandstetter goes down on strikes. Swinging strike there, and that will send up Rory Kirkpatrick to the plate. Third baseman number 6, Rory Kirkpatrick. Rory Kirkpatrick, the batter for Hartville, struck out back in the first inning. 0-1 the count. Crane has only hit just 1 time. That was thanks to Isaiah Smith helping himself, as that one's going to be a hot shot base hit right past the diving set steal, and that's going to be a single, as they're going to have runners now at. So they'll now have runners there at 2nd and 3rd. As Kirkpatrick gets on base, that will send in the batter there in Hunter Lowry. Second baseman number 18, Hunter Lowry. Hunter Lowry, the batter for Hartville. He's singled back in the second. First pitch, a strike, and it's 0-1. Pitch from Smith, and it's 0-2. The count on Isaiah Smith. 2 outs here in the inning. Once again, 1-0 in favor of Hartville. Strikes as a home plate umpire. That is strike 3. And that will send this game on to the bottom of the 3rd inning, halfway home. It's 1-0 in favor of Hartville. Isaiah Smith, the batter for the Pirates. He is the starting pitcher tonight for Crane. He's only given up 1 run, so far, so good. Given up 4 hits so far. 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. Piper also has had 4 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 hit. Had an error, given up a walk. He's hit a batter. So far, he's been cruising. And a walk will be issued there to Isaiah Smith. He'll take his base. Isaiah Smith still at 1 for 1. That sends up Chase Conrad to the plate. Second baseman, number 22, Chase Conrad. Conrad, the batter for the Pirates. The pitch is inside, and it's 1-0 to Chase Conrad. Conrad, in his last plate appearance, he drew a walk. So he is swung on and fouled back to the parking lot. One ball, 1 strike, the count to Chase Conrad. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed, and it is 1-2. The count to Chase Conrad. One ball and 2 strikes once again to Chase Conrad, sitting here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-0 in favor of Hartville. Here's the 1-2. Swung on in a fly ball into center field. Center fielder has it for out number 1. That will send in Isaac Robinson to the plate. Catcher number 25, Isaac Robinson. Isaac Robinson, the batter for the Pirates, here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hartville and Crane. These 2 teams have met many times in baseball. They've played each other in the fall. They've played each other in the spring. I'm not sure if Crane and Hartville have met each other in basketball or any other sports, but I know in girls basketball they met back in, I believe, 2008. And the Lady Pirates won that game to go to the Final Four back in 2008. 0-1 the count to Isaac Robinson. Here in this game, it's 0-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning of play. Check on the runner. They didn't get him there at first base. 0-2, 1 out to Isaac Robinson. It is late. It is getting close to 10 o'clock here on this Monday evening. Oh, did not get it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Isaac Robinson. 1 out here in the inning. Here comes that 1-2 delivery. The ball gets away, throw on to first. We're going to have a rundown here. Isaiah Smith, and he is back in safely. As Isaiah Smith, excellent base running there by Isaiah Smith, and he bails himself out of getting out and causing the 2nd out. And we'll keep a base runner on the bases. That's Isaiah Smith. Excellent base running there by Isaiah Smith. Coach Harmon would be pleased. swung on, a fly ball into right field. They're going to throw it in, and Isaiah Smith will stay put. That's going to send up Zane Compton to the plate. Shortstop, number 21, Zane Compton. Zane Compton, the batter for the Pirates after the flyout by Isaac Robinson. Keep a man on base, that is Isaiah Smith. The pitch, swung on in a fly ball, foul territory, and that will go foul. Nothing in one, the count to Zane Compton, the pitch. Throw on to second. Did they get him? No, they did not. And Isaiah Smith will stay there at second base. So Isaiah Smith will stay there at second base as he stole second. The pitch swung on and missed, and it is 1-2 the count to Zane Compton. Isaiah Smith represents the tying run. Compton the go-ahead run at the plate. They just got to get him on base. Swung on, and that is going to be laced into left field. And looks like the left fielder tracks it down for out number 3. We're headed on to the top of the 4th inning. It is 1-0 in favor of Hartville. Hunter Lowry, the batter for the Hartville Eagles. We're just now kicking off the top of the 4th inning. Just cruising right through. It's 1-0 in favor of Hartville. Isaiah Smith so far has looked pretty sharp on the mound, only allowing one run. Bryce Piper looking very good as well too. He's only allowed 1 base hit. He's only allowed, as he has allowed 5 base runners on the night tonight. Two and two the count to Hunter Lowry. Lowry singled back in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Outside, and it is 3-2. Here's that 3-2. Now walk. Oh, strike 3. And Lowry is denied of a base, and that will send in the batter in Isaac Boyer. Right fielder number 14, Isaac Boyer. That may have been Isaiah's curveball that he saw. Totally fooled Hunter Lowry. The pitch. So it's 1-0. Looks like it'll make it up to, I believe, 2-0, if I am correct. The pitch. 3-0 the count. No, 2-0 the count, excuse me, to Isaac Boyer. Boyer walked back in the second inning. Strikes as the home plate umpire. It is 2-1. The count there to Isaac Boyer. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, and it is 2-2. So we're even at 2 balls, 2 strikes as Isaiah is able to get the count even. Let's see if he can win the battle against Isaac Boyer. The pitch. Swung on and a foul tipped. And we'll keep it at 2-2. Three balls, 2 strikes is the count. The 3-2. And a walk will be issued there to Isaac Boyer. That will send in the batter in Justin Parker. Designated hitter. Correction, center fielder number 19, Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson, who struck out. The pitch is a strike there at 0-1. So Eric Wilson is 0 for 1 on the night. Two outs here in the inning.
Eli Cook got the best.
So Eli Cook is the batter after the strikeout. Catcher number 5, Eli Cook. Eli Cook, the batter for Hartville. The pitch. Swung on and missed, and it is strike 1. Eli Cook, who singled and he grounded out his last 2 plate appearances, so he is 1 for 2 on the night. Swung on, a ground ball, skipped right to Conrad, throw into first. And that's the final out of the top of the 4th inning. We're headed on to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 1-0 in favor of Hartville. Hayden Shepard, the batter for the Pirates, here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pirates are going to want to put a dent on the scoreboard. So far, they have had 3 goose eggs on the scoreboard. As Shepard flies out. That will send in the batter in Wyatt Howard to the plate. Right fielder, number 30, Wyatt Howard. Wyatt Howard coming in. He flew out back in the 2nd inning. He was denied of a base, or denied of an at-bat, so he had to finish his at-bat from the 1st inning of play after Chase Conrad was picked off to end the 1st inning. So far, just cruising right along. We are sitting in the bottom of the 4th inning, 1 out here in the inning. Once again, Hartville leads Crane by a score of 1-0. The 1-1, and it is 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike to Wyatt Howard. Cranes currently trails by a score of 1-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch swung on and fouled back. Two and two, the count. Swung on and a ground ball to the shortstop. Throw on to first. Safe! And Howard beats the throw, and he is going to get the single, the infield single. That sends up Blake Evans to the plate. Evans, who was hit by a pitch. Designated hitter, number 23, Blake Evans. Evans, the batter for the Pirates, here in the bottom of the 4th inning of play. He's got a man on. He's got a man on first. That is Wyatt Howard. Let's see if he can get on base. Hopefully keep the inning going and make it a big inning here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pirates have not been able to capitalize. They've had base runners on. They had the bases loaded back in the 1st inning of play. But so far, they've been able to get on base. So far, Isaiah Smith has only given up 1 run. Piper has thrown 3 scoreless innings so far. Calls it a strike, and it's 2 balls and a strike to Blake Evans. The 2-1 pitch makes it 3-1 the count. So Piper's arms starting to get a little tiring here in the bottom of the 4th inning of play. So far, he's thrown 3 scoreless innings as he gets Evans to swing at that one. It is 3-2 the count. Pirates need to capitalize. Three balls and 2 strikes to count, 1 out to Blake Evans. Current temperature, we are sitting at 57 degrees tonight. Winds are at the east-southeast at 14 miles per hour as Evans is down on strikes. That will send up Seth Steele to the plate. First baseman number 33, Seth Steele. Steele, the batter. He digs in, batting from the right side. Seth Steele is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first inning of play. Nothing in 1 the count. The pitch to Steele is a strike there at 0-2. Nothing in 2 the count. 2 outs to Seth Steele. Got a man on. That's Wyatt Howard. He reached on an infield single. Missed it. As he missed that one, it is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Piper and Smith are locked in a pitcher's duel here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch swung on and foul tipped back. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Seth Steele as he calls time. They try to pick off the runner there at they're at first base. The 1-2 swinging a foul tip towards the Crane dugout, and it is 1-2. The pitch swung on and missed, and Steele's down on strikes as Piper gets out of the 4th inning scoreless. We're headed on to the top of the 5th inning. It is 1-0 in favor of Hartville. Bryce Piper, the batter for the Hartville Eagles. So far in his resume, he has walked and he's struck out, so he's 0 for 1 today. Once again, we are just cruising right through. 1-0 in favor of Hartville. 2-0 the count to Rice Piper. Swung on and fouled. Out of play. And it's 0-2 the count to Rice Piper. Nothing in 2 the count, nobody out to Mr. Rice Piper. Pirates trail the Eagles by a score of 1-0. The pitch swung on and fouled again. One ball, 2 strikes to count. Nobody out to Rice Piper. Here's the pitch. 2-2 the count. Third to Piper. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. Piper so far has not allowed a single run back in the, or so far, scoreless through 4 innings so far. The lone run was on an RBI ground out. This is going to be into the gap there in center field. That's going to be a base hit. Piper's going to be stopping there at second base, and he will be awarded a double. And that will send up the batter in Brody McNeil. First baseman number 22, Brody McNeil. Brody McNeil, he had an RBI groundout and a single, so he is 1 for 2 on the night. Let's see if he can go 2 for 3. The pitch outside, and it is 1-0 the count to Brody McNeil. Two balls, no strikes to count to Brody McNeil. The pitch swung on, and this is going to give the left fielder back all the way to the fence, and this is going to score another run. That's going to make it now 2-0 in favor of Hartville. He drove that one all the way to the fence. And that's going to be an RBI double. Therefore, McNeil looks like it's going to be Coach Martin coming out. We're going to go calm things down with Isaiah Smith. So far, he's thrown a good game, only allowing just 2 runs to score. Only thrown 2 scoreless innings from what it looks like. Throwing scoreless innings in the, I know he's thrown 3 scoreless innings. As the new batter is going to be Braden Brandstetter. Shortstop number 9, Braden Brandstetter. Braden Brandstetter, the batter for the Hartville Eagles. But they have the advantage. It's 2-0 over Crane. And the first pitch from Isaiah Smith is a strike at 0-1. So some encouraging words from, looks like that was Coach Tyler Martin going out to talk things over with his pitcher and Isaiah Smith. The pitch swung on, and that's going to be off the end of the bat. Little dribbler, throw on to first. Got him there at first base. They're going to keep the runner there at they will keep the runner there at second base. That will send up the batter in Rory Kirkpatrick. Third baseman number 6, Rory Kirkpatrick. Rory Kirkpatrick, the batter for the Hartville Eagles. 1 ball, no strikes. The count to, once again, Rory Kirkpatrick. Here's the pitch. 2-0 the count to Kirkpatrick. Isaiah's arm starting to get a little tired. So far he has looked marvelous. 3 scoreless innings for Isaiah. For Piper, it's been 4 scoreless innings so far. Hartville leads at 2-0. You gotta love these pitchers' duels when they are locked in. And a walk will be issued there to Rory Kirkpatrick, that sends up the batter in Hunter Lowry. Second baseman number 18, Hunter Lowry. Hunter Lowry, the batter for Hartville. He has singled and struck out his last 2 plate appearances. One out here in the inning, the pitch. Floats it in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the, top of the 5th inning with 1 out. Little ground ball. Conrad fields it, throws on to first, and he's out. So that's going to be a ground out to the that'll be a ground out that brings up Isaac Boyer to the plate for the Hartville Eagles. Right field number 14, Isaac Boyer. Isaac Boyer, the batter. Checked his swing, and it's 1-0 the count to Isaac Boyer. 2 outs in the inning, 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch from Smith, outside, and it is 2-0. Runners are at second and third with 2 outs. A 2-0. 3-0 there to. So 3-0 there to Isaac Boyer. 2-0 in favor of Hartville. The pitch from Smith. And a walk will be issued. That's going to load up the bases for Hartville, and that will send in the batter in Justin Parker. Parker, who has had 2 walks so far. They're going to bring out Coach Brian Harmon. Looks like this could be the end of the line for Isaiah Smith. Isaiah Smith so far, only 2 runs. He's given up. Isaiah Smith's given up 3 singles and 2 doubles, 2 back-to-back doubles, as they're going to bring out Seth Steele. So it looks like we'll have a pitching change. So Isaiah Smith's out on the Isaiah Smith's resume looks like this. He has given up 3 singles and 2 doubles, so 5 hits so far, 2 runs. Struck out. So he has struck out.
Colton wants me to get his phone.
We have a new pitcher in the game. Looks like it's going to be Seth Steele coming in. Isaiah Smith looks like we'll head back towards.
Thank you.
I believe Isaiah Smith will head out and play center. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Pirates, number 33, Seth Steele. So Seth Steele will come in and take over for the duties on the mound for the Crane Pirates, as they are currently trailing by a score of 2-0. But you can't be upset with Isaiah Smith. He's done all he can do. It was his first game back since the fall of 2019. So far, a nice hand for Isaiah Smith. Once again, he's given up just 5 hits. He's walked. So he has walked. So he's given up 5 hits. He's walked. Walked 5 batters, and so far he has had 7 strikeouts so far on the night, and along with he has had lots of groundouts. Only given up just 2 runs in the game tonight. But so far so good for Isaiah Smith. It's just that 5th inning that he could pitch all the way up to, as he has had his infield go into work. So it'll be Seth Steele to come in relief and just keep zeros on the scoreboard. New batter is Isaac Boyer. Right fielder number 14, Isaac Boyer. He'll greet Seth Steele. First pitch from Steele is inside, and it is 1-0 to Isaac Boyer. Boyer, who has once again walked and struck out. The pitch downstairs, and it is 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. 2 outs to Isaac Boyer. 2 outs once again here in the inning. It's 2-0 in favor of Hartville. The 1-1 inside, and it is 2-1. Little ground ball, and they get out of the inning. So not lots of damage so far, as it's a ground out, looks like, to the second baseman. We're headed on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's score some runs if you're Crane. They trail by a score of 2-0. Esri, the batter for the Pirates, here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Esri, so far, he has struck out back in the 3rd inning back in the 2nd inning. So he has not been to the plate since the 2nd inning. We're currently in the bottom of the 5th inning of play. pitch to Esri is going to be a fouled off. He's going to be fouled off for strike 2. Pitch swung on a miss, strike 3. As Esri's down on strikes for the second time tonight. That's going to send in Isaiah Smith to the plate.
6 million ways to mob, choose one.
Center fielder, number 3, Isaiah Smith. Isaiah Smith, the batter for the Pirates, here in the bottom of the Isaiah Smith, so far at the plate, he has singled and walked in his 2 plate appearances. As he hits one foul, and he'll be called out on the flyout. That will send up the batter in Chase Conrad to the plate. Second baseman, number 22, Chase Conrad. Chase Conrad, the batter for the Pirates. Conrad, so far, he's been on the bases for Conrad's been on the bases only once when he drew a walk back in the first inning of play. 0-1 the count to Chase Conrad. One ball, 2 strikes to count to Conrad, swinging a miss, and probably 2 balls and a strike, so it makes it now 2-2 the count. So he works a full count, so Conrad can be 1 ball away from getting back on the bases. Here it comes. And a walk will be issued there to Chase Conrad. So pardon me, that was a strikeout. So we're headed on now to the top of the 6th inning. It is 2-0 in favor of Hartville. pray. How batting? Catcher number 25, Isaac Robinson. Isaac Robinson, the batter for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's see if these Crane Pirates can put a dent on the scoreboard as time is running out. As we are nearing the final 7th inning of play. They're looking to start off the inning for Isaac Robinson. Robinson so far, he Isaac Robinson so far has swung on, and a little dribbler right to Coach Brian Harmon. Just missed it. As Robinson is down on strikes, that will send up the batter in Zane Compton. Shortstop, number 21, Zane Compton. Zane Compton, the batter here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The first pitch to him. It's downstairs and away, and it is 1-0 there to Zane Compton. The pitch inside, and it is 2-0. The count, swung on, and that's going to be laced into left center field for a base hit. That's going to go all the way to the fence. Zane Compton chugging. He's going to stop there at second for a double, and that will send in the batter in Hayden Shepard to the plate. Third baseman, number 13, Hayden Shepard. Looks like this could be the end of the line for Rice Piper. So far, so good for Rice Piper. After he gave up that double. There to Zane Compton. Looks like we have a new pitcher coming in. That looks like it will be Justin Parker coming in. Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Eagles, number 13, Justin Parker. New pitcher coming in for Hartville, it is Justin Parker. He will be facing Hayden Shepard. One out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. This could be the big inning for the Pirates. Take them to 2-0. Downstairs and blocked there by the catcher of Eli Cook. Swung on and a fly ball into the infield. The second baseman will have it for the second out of the inning. That will send in the batter in Wyatt Howard. Right fielder, number 30, Wyatt Howard. Want to know the count to Wyatt Howard here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 outs in the inning. The pitch, swinging a foul back. That will be strike one. The count to Wyatt Howard. Currently sitting here in the bottom of the 6th inning of play. Time is running out. Pitch, check the swing, strikes as a home plate umpire. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and two the count to Wyatt Howard facing Justin Parker on the mound. Here's that 1-2. Floats it in there, and it's going to be 2-2. I thought that was a strike from what it looked like. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Wyatt Howard. 2 outs here in the inning. And let's see if Parker can put another 0 on the scoreboard. The 2-2 swung on and fouled. Two balls and two strikes to count to Wyatt Howard. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Once again to Wyatt Howard. Strike 3 there on Wyatt Howard, and we're headed on to the top of the 7th inning. It is 2-0 in favor of Hartville. Rory Kirkpatrick, the batter for Hartville here in the top of the 7th inning. Set Steele on for his 3rd inning of work. The pitch inside, and it is one ball, no strikes. There to Rory Kirkpatrick. Here's the pitch. Strikes as a home plate umpire. And it is 2-1. There to Kirkpatrick. Pitch swung on and fouled. Kirkpatrick so far, he has struck out, singled, and walked, so he is 1 for 2 on the day. The pitch swung on, ground ball to Conrad, throw on to first, and there's out number 1, and that will send up the batter in Hunter Lowry. Second baseman number 18, Hunter Lowry. Hunter Lowry, the batter for the Hartville Eagles. Lowry so far, he has singled, struck out, and grounded out. So he is 1 for 3 on the night. First pitch is a ball 1-0 to Hunter Lowry. The pitch swung on and fouled. Therefore, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. The pitch swung on, hit the other way. Who's going to get it? Chase Conrad has it for out number 2. That will send up the batter once again in Isaac Boyer. Right fielder number 14, Isaac Boyer. Isaac Boyer, the batter. And let's see if the Pirates can have a 1-2-3 inning. That pitch is going to miss there for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to count to Isaac Boyer. Boyer so far has walked, struck out, and grounded out. So he is 0 for 2 on the night. But he has been on base once tonight back in the 2nd inning. Swung on and a fly ball. Who's going to get it? Conrad's got it. For out number 3, we're headed on to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance coming up for the Pirates. They trail by a score of 2-0. Blake Evans, the batter for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 7th inning of play. It's the final inning. As Evans swings and foul tips that one for a strike, and it is 0-1. Evans so far tonight, he has been hit by a pitch and struck out tonight. He is batted in the 2nd and 4th innings as he's going to be hit by a pitch again. And that will send the batter in Seth Steele to the plate. Pitcher number 33, Seth Steele. So the Pirates do bring in a courtesy runner. Seth Steele so far has struck out twice tonight. He had a base hit in the last game against Verona. That was the Pirates' 10-0 win against Verona. The pitch swung on and grounded to the 3rd baseman. Throw on to 2nd for 1. They don't get the man out at. They don't get the man out at 1st, and that will send up the batter in Coy Esri to the plate. Left fielder, number 24, Coy Esri. Coy Esri, the batter. So Esri will be the man to get on base and not send the Pirates down to their final out of the game. They are down to their last 2 outs to work with. Currently trailing to just by 2 tonight. The Pirates have not scored a run in this game. They scored 10 back in the 1st game against Verona, where they run rolled them by a score of 10-0. Just about 10 minutes before 11 o'clock tonight here on this Monday here on this Monday evening. First game started about 4 o'clock tonight. One out here in the inning. There is a discussion between Coach Clint Horn and the umpiring crew as Justin Parker is playing catch with the first baseman in Brody McNeil. Just to stay loose, we have a man on first at Seth Steele as he reached on a sacrifice ground out to the third baseman. One out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Coach Horn giving out the discussion. I believe I'm pretty sure he might be making a switch. He does have a clipboard out talking to the umpires. Coach Harmon's standing there to see what is going on. Maybe something that Coach Horn does not agree with. From what it looks like is, from what we know from ESPN, this was in the NBA. The Houston Rockets had snapped a 20-game losing streak. Pretty sure they may have played the Spurs tonight. They went triple digits tonight against I believe the San Antonio Spurs tonight, if I'm correct. Pitch swung on, and that's going to be laced, and that is going to be caught there by the left fielder, and that will send up Isaiah Smith, the final hope for the Pirates as the Pirates are down to their final out of the game. Center fielder number 3, Isaiah Smith. Isaiah Smith, the final chance for the Pirates. So far, he has thrown a marvelous game on the mound tonight, only allowing 2 runs. But he did not get any run support tonight, as Rice Piper was also great on the mound, same as Justin Parker, as he is tasked to get the final out. The pitch on the outside corner. It's 2-0 the count to Isaiah Smith. 2-0 the count, 2 outs to Isaiah Smith. 2-0 our score in favor of Hartville. The 2-0 pitch inside, and the ball gets away. There goes Seth Steele. He's going to be stopping there at second base. So he represents the first run of the game. Isaiah Smith is the tying run. The winning run is Chase Conrad. He's got speed. Let's see if they can extend the game to Chase Conrad. He represents the winning run. It's 3-0 the count to Isaiah Smith. 2-0 the count. The pitch on its way to Smith. Outside, and a walk will be issued to Isaiah Smith. And that's going to extend the game on to Chase Conrad. Second baseman, number 22, Chase Conrad. Isaiah Smith represents the tying run. Seth Steele represents the first run. Chase Conrad, the winning run at the plate. 2 outs here in the inning. Here's the pitch. Outside, and it is going to be one out, or nothing in one. The count, 2 outs to Chase Conrad. Conrad represents the represents the winning run. Swung on in a fly ball into center field. And the right fielder will have it for out number 3, and the game will come to a close as the Pirates fall to the Hartville Eagles by a score of 2-0. So pitching was marvelous between Crane and Hartville, as Crane falls to 1-1. Hartville improves to 2-1 on the season. Don't go away, we'll have our post-game show coming up in just a few moments, so stick around, everybody. Welcome back to Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium here with two players from the Hartville Eagles in Braden Brandstetter and Rice Piper. Two pitchers who were some big keys tonight and for the wins between Crane and Billings. So guys, what was the initial agreements to get those two wins to get into the win column against Crane and Billings?
Third strikes, hit the ball well. We had a tough time doing that Saturday night, so we wanted to start off on a better pace tonight.
Well, he said it right there. We started off the season with a loss, which is not normal for us, and we needed to bounce back from that, and we did tonight.
It was abnormal for Hartville to start off the season with a loss and to bounce back tonight. Starting off this Purdy tournament, you guys drove, I believe, 84 miles to play Billings and Crane, two teams in the SWCL. You guys usually play Crane at the start of the fall, so what's it like to come out into this tournament? Have you guys been in this tournament in past years?
No, this is the first year we've been in the Purdy tournament. We always look forward to the Crane game. It's always a good game every time. It's always good competition.
Yeah, we come up here, like you said, all the time, and we know this field, and we play on a lot, so we have a lot of experience here.
You guys do have a lot of experience going on against here at Crane, and also you guys have won here, you guys have lost here, so it makes a good rivalry when you guys do play Crane. So going into this game individually, what did you guys have in mind? What were you relying on your players?
It's always a big goal to beat Crane. Yeah, like you said, it's been a rivalry ever since we got into high school, so it's always a statement win.
Yeah, it's definitely a big game for us, and we just had to come out and pitch the ball well and hit the ball well, and we did that tonight.
Pitch the ball well and hit the ball well. Now everything will shift on to Purdy. We don't know who you guys will play over at Purdy, but who would be your next opponent? Who you guys will play come I believe tomorrow night, or it might be Thursday night?
It'll be East Newton or El Dorado Springs Friday night.
I mean, yeah, it'll be a big game. It's a championship game, and we look forward to those.
Guys, we look forward to those. And if there are any final words you had to say to coaches John Craig and Coach Brian Harmon of the Crane Pirates, what would be your words to both those coaches after those losses they had to you guys?
They played really well, and they're coached well, so they're always a tough team.
Yeah, like you said, they have a great coaching staff, always great energy in the dugout. It's always a battle.
It's always a battle. Congratulations on that win against Crane and Billings. Those two wins. Also, good job on the mound tonight. Go get East Newton on Friday night for the championship.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rice Piper and Braden Brandstetter now, as I'll be joined by Coach Clint Horn of the Hartville Eagles after those two wins against Crane and Billings. So, Coach Horn, going into those games with Crane and Billings, you guys start off 0-1, which is abnormal for this Hartville team to start off 0-1. What were you looking for in those games against Billings and Crane?
Well, our basketball team just won a state title, and we didn't get our players back until Wednesday. We had 3 indoor practices before we played Saturday, and we were sloppy and rusty and everything you would expect. You can't just pick up a baseball since last October and expect to pick up where we left off. So, we knew we were going to be a work in progress here for a little while. To be honest with you, I didn't expect the results we got tonight. We didn't swing it very well Saturday. I thought the first game against Billings, our offense, I think we only had 2 strikeouts in the game. We were putting the ball in play. We were hitting it hard. Brandstetter was a bright spot. He's not throwing any bullpens coming into tonight. We were hoping to get 30 to 40 pitches out of him, and he cruised for 60, and we pulled him out. He could have went further, but just for precaution for his arm. But he still looked very solid. Then we come out here against Crane. Like those guys said, it's always a rivalry game. I love playing against Coach Harmon. We were talking over in between innings that, if we could play 27 times in a season, we would both get better from it. We split a lot of games with each other and a lot of tight ones like this, but I think both of us got better tonight. They were competing down to the last pitch. We found something out about Justin Parker to come in and save that game for us. That he also did that against Conway the other day. He came in and we had some defensive miscues behind him, but he has stepped up and gave us some big innings at the end of games. Hopefully he can kind of find that relief role. Offensively, we had a couple opportunities tonight where we had bases loaded with no outs and we didn't score in those innings, and that's something we got to get better at. But we were putting pressure on them. Isaiah Smith is a great player. I think that's the first time we had actually ever, I don't know, it may have been the first time we'd ever scored a run off of him. I know he's been hurt for a while, but it's always good to face good, tough competition like that, because pitchers like him is who you're going to see in the postseason, and that made us better. So for us to get out of here with 2 wins tonight, very, very happy. Wasn't really expecting us to play as clean a baseball as we did today overall. I think we only had a couple errors, and one of them was a throwing error. I think it was just big for our program, to get us up and going.
That was a big bright spot tonight, and that pitcher's duel between Isaiah Smith and Bryce Piper tonight. That was something to watch for tonight. And as we look at the scoring tonight, Bryce Piper only gave up just, I believe, 2 hits, I believe. He also gave up, Bryce Piper giving up, I believe, just 2 hits. But he kept the ball in the air and just kept Crane off balance. So what was he looking for tonight in this game against Crane?
Yeah, we didn't expect him to get as deep into this game as he did. He just kept grinding. Early in the game, his pitch count got a little high, and they had runners on base, and he just kept finding a way to get out of jams. And, that's big. We need Rice and Braden to really step up and solidify our next spots after McNeil. He wasn't available to throw tonight after throwing Saturday. But, if we can get those 3 going, and then, we had Lowry come in and relieve the Billings game. He threw a lot of strikes, gave up a few hits. They scored a couple runs. But our big thing right now on the pitching staff is we don't want to give up 3 bases. If you're going to beat us, you hit us around. And I think Lowry, and Parker did a great job out of relief tonight to get us through that. And, if our pitchers right now have they've thrown the ball extremely well in 3 games, and our defense has been good. If we can just get our offense going a little bit more, I think we could be scary.
You guys can be scary, and now going into that Billings game, it was pretty much more offensive power in the Billings game. So what did you rely on your hitters? What did you preach to your hitters before this game to beat Billings tonight?
Our hitters, up even going into Saturday, they've not got to do any intra-squads or anything because it rained last week. So we had 3 indoor practices Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we just preached that your timing is going to be off. So we are going to hunt fastballs. I don't care if it's the first pitch of the at-bat. I want to swing it at them because that's going to be our best chance. We're just not ready to hit a bunch of breaking balls. And Smith tonight in the second game did a good job. I don't know how many guys he started off with a curveball. Our hitters did a good job of laying off of that. So, we weren't nubbing it back to him or miss-hitting stuff, and we kind of got his pitch count up early, and that was our goal against him. Like, hey, he wasn't just pumping it. He was all around the zone. It was like the quicker we can get his pitch count up and get him out, the better chance we felt like we were going to have. And still came in and shut us down, but, it's almost like a breath of fresh air and relief once you get a dominant pitcher like Isaiah out. So we were just telling our guys, hey, we're going to hunt fastballs. We're going to put the best swing on it we can. We know we're not going to hit our stride offensively for a couple weeks until we keep getting more reps. And, once we do that, though, like I said earlier, I do think we're going to be a scary team if our pitching can continue to pitch like we have in our first 3 games.
That pitching can be scary, and also that offense can also be scary as well. And now it's going to be on to the East Newton for the Purdy Tournament Championship.
Yeah, I don't know if they beat El Dorado Springs or not tonight. I hadn't heard. I know East Newton and Eldo, I think, were playing tonight in the semifinals down there too. So I'll wait to hear on that. But it'll be one of the 2. That's why we want to get in this tournament. We want to see some new teams. We don't play Billings. We do play Crane in the fall, but unless we match up in the Hartville tournament, we don't see them. And then obviously we're going to get to see East Newton or El Dorado Springs, which is good for us. We like to see new people and go to new places. And we're excited to be playing for a championship. This is a good tournament, early season tournament. Hopefully the weather will hold off this week so we can get down there and finish up.
With your final words, you have to say to Coach John Craig of the Billings Wildcats and Coach Brian Harmon of the Crane Pirates, what would be your words to Coach Harmon and Coach Craig from both Billings and Crane?
Well, just like our guys said, they're both very well coached groups. It's always a battle. Coach Craig and I think that's the second time we've played Billings, and I feel like we play Coach Harmon 100 times a year, even though it's not. But like I said, I don't think there's a bigger testament than Coach Harmon and I talking, saying, hey, if we played 27 times, both of our teams would get better. And one of us would be 13 and 14, and the other one would be 14 and 13. I mean, we're just very evenly matched teams. Like I said, it's a lot of fun, and and it's good to get over this way and play some good baseball against some different teams outside of our conference.
Appreciate the time, Coach Horn. Congratulations on that win, on those 2 wins against Billings and Crane. Go get East Newton on Friday night.
Thanks, Adam.
Coach Clint Horn, as that will end tonight's show for tonight. That will end these 3 games, these streams for tonight. We hope you enjoyed these 3 games as we saw Billings and Hartville play each other, Verona and Crane play each other, along with Crane playing Hartville. If you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please do that. Also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We'll be back maybe on Saturday. We might be back. We'll be back definitely next week. For one final time, I'm Adam Smith from the Ozarks, saying so long from Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium.